Welcome, welcome. It is Dawn with For Grace Creations. Today, I want to do a little something for Messy May. So I have put down this big piece of paper just to kind of catch the mess that we make. And I want to show you what supplies I'm going to use to make this because the whole purpose of doing this is to show you how to do things at home without having to go and buy supplies. And then after we make this, maybe we'll have to test it out. So what am I talking about? Well, okay, first, let me show you some things we're going to need because we're making homemade gesso and homemade texture paste. Same ingredients for all of it. So the first thing that we need is cornstarch. Now wait, hold on, let me tell you this. There are many ways to make homemade gesso and homemade texture paste, and I've tried many, many ways. This one is by far my favorite. White acrylic paint, doesn't matter what brand. Water, I just have a jar with some water in it. Baking soda, doesn't matter what brand. And PVA glue. I happen to have a gigantic tub of Elmer's school glue here, mainly because it was like $4 for this huge 1-gallon size. And then I have an empty jar with a lid so that I can create my messy stuff in here. But then I grabbed another small jar because I want to make regular gesso and I want to do a little bit of texture paste as well. I have a tub. I was debating working in this tub just simply to prevent even more mess. I just know, you guys, I know that I make a mess. Maybe you aren't as messy as I am, so maybe you don't have to do all these things to prevent getting things all over the place, but I'm trying hard to keep this mess on my table. Again, it's Messy May. So how are we going to do this? Well, I have a 1 tablespoon measuring spoon here. So the first thing we're going to do, get our empty jar here. Baking soda and cornstarch is what we're going to start with, the dry ingredients. 3 parts, okay? So 3 of each of these. So we're going to start. Can I fit this in there? Yep, okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we'll set our baking soda to the side. And now our cornstarch. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Let's use this to stir the... Oh, I just flicked it. I flicked it everywhere. Just stir it up, you guys. So we have that mixed together. Now, we're going to go 1 part glue. And you can use any PVA glue. PVA glue is just water-based glue. And if you get the Elmer's school glue, multi-purpose, it is the cheapest by far. I think you might be able to get it at the Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree has stopped selling any glue of any kind. There's no stick glue. There's no Elmer's school glue. They've done a remodel. Okay, so we have our 1 part glue. Now we need 1 part white acrylic paint. I'm going to set that there so I can squeeze this out better. Now, 2 to 3 parts water. So let's grab our water, take the lid off, and we're going to start with 2 parts. So let's do 2. I am going to set that right there. And then we stir. We're going to stir it up until there's no lumps. So for a good gesso, you want it to be kind of like pancake batter. So you don't want it lumpy, and that's the consistency, you know. I'm going to pour it into this small one. Have you guys ever done this? Made homemade gesso? One of the things that I wanted to experiment with is to see, will this homemade gesso act as glue? So now we have gesso, and I really should have labeled that with a piece of paper, but I'm just gonna do this. Gesso. Now, if you don't want white gesso and you wanted to say black, just add black paint instead of white. So now that we have our gesso, let's really quick make some texture paste, and we're gonna do it almost the same way. So we're going to grab our baking soda. Okay, so we have 3 parts baking soda, and we're gonna do 3 parts cornstarch. That's lovely, Dawn. Okay. Get our white. Oh, let's just kind of mix this up real quick. Okay. Now we can get this in here. And then let's start with just 1 part water, okay? We may need to add a little bit more, but it is just like gesso, right? Only it's going to be thicker. And really stir. It's basically, we're just adding a little bit less water. Okay, let's get this off. Now, when you go to use it as texture paste, if it's way too thick, just add a little more water. And we're gonna say texture paste. So at the Dollar Tree, I did find fabric. It's not that I don't like this fabric, I do. I just wanted to try something. So I'm gonna grab my scissors and let's see. If I was to make a journal cover, let's just grab, this, oh boy. We made this lace masterboard, and it's gonna be a journal cover. I figured maybe we'd make a vintage journal out of it, but I just want to use this to kind of see size, because I'm thinking I'm going to want to create a journal cover. So let's rip this. Let's kind of, maybe if we came over here on the edge. Again, I'm just using this to kind of measure size, because I know I'm going to want to make a journal cover. So then we'll maybe rip it there. And then I am going to use this because I'm thinking it could go on the spine of the journal after we've got the pages in. So let's grab our gesso, and then, so here's my scrap bin. So here is what we're going to do. Maybe we'll try this. I could even try a credit card type thing. And we're just gonna get messy a little bit. I wonder if this, oh yeah, that moves it around really well. Oh, I'm getting gesso everywhere. Good night. I want it all the way to the edges. Now, by using gesso on this fabric, you can then, once it dries, you can then write on it, stamp on it, use acrylic paints, and make a beautiful painting. It basically is creating a surface for you to have fun on. But what we are actually doing is we're going to see if, this will work as glue. So I'm going to take scraps and I'm going to randomly lay them down. Ooh, that's pretty. And yeah, some of this really pretty paper. But my thought is, if we kind of squish it down into that gesso, will the gesso act as a gluing agent and keep the paper down on the fabric? I don't know the answer, but my thought is we're gonna find out. Now, my thought is this is gonna be the front of the journal when you fold it, right? So let's, oh, look at me making this mess. Let's get, oh, somebody's home. The dogs are whining. Let's get some on the back here. And maybe some more up here. And try pushing it down instead of covering it a little with gesso. Let's get some more up here. There we go. Maybe some here. Oh, maybe this one. You know what? I think we need more because I think it's drying. My thought is that, you know, fabric's pretty, what do you call it, flimsy. My thought is this paper and gesso added to it will give it a little bit of structure. And if it doesn't work, it's only paper. Remember that. It's just paper. We're not going to be ruining anything. Oh, should we add some green? Oh, yeah. Let's add green. Maybe, there we go. Okay, so on this one, I put a light layer, and now I'm thinking, let's do some random scraps on that as well. Maybe adding more, and then just kind of squishing it into it, and maybe getting just a little on these edges. And basically, we're gonna have to wait for it to dry to see if if this works as a glue, or if to do this kind of a thing, we would actually need to use glue. So we're gonna let this dry, and then we will see if this gesso acts like glue as well. Woohoo! Okay, I let everything dry overnight just because I had things to do. But we're here. It's dry. Let's see what happened. Okay. Listen to the sound. I mean, from fabric to, well, look, it's not as floppy anymore. But did this stay? It did. It acted like glue. Everything is stuck on there. Oh, yay. Yeah, all these paper scraps that we put on stuck. Now, I have a couple of ideas to try to see if this works. Because remember, we are creating a journal cover. And then when the signatures are in it and we sew them in, we'll use this on the back to just kind of cover it up, right? So I want to know if different things work on this surface. And I think we may have to do this in 2 videos. We may have to do part 2 tomorrow. We'll see how far we get. I had a little coffee. All right. So I want to grab some black ink here. It's permanent ink. And if this is the front cover, let's line it up right there and kind of fold it where it would be. And I've got this stamp that says Artist Journal. And I was kind of thinking maybe we do it up here. Who knows, by the time we're done, it may get covered up. But I want to see, first, can we use stamps and permanent black ink on these surfaces here? Maybe we'll do it right there. And press down really good because it's an uneven surface because of the paper in just some spots. Okay, it worked. The question is, though, does it dry and stay permanent? That's what I'm wondering. And then I've got this stamp I thought we would try. Get some permanent black ink on here. The other thing I'm wanting to try is oxide inks and oxide sprays. A few other things just to see, will it stick to this gesso, you know? Oh, my stamp doesn't want to stick to that anymore. Let's put this right here, and we'll use this to press it down. Really good. I think there might be a little too much detail in this, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. Let's try and open this back up. I have a foam stamp. Let's see how this does. I mean, this is a very textured surface, and I'm just wondering what stamps are going to work best. So we'll just kind of go sideways on here. Oh, that worked. We'll do on the back side over here. And I haven't decided yet. Obviously, we're making a journal. My thought is in June we'll make a couple journals since we have a couple of journal covers to work with. But I haven't decided what to do on the other side of this yet. We got to do something. All right. And as I'm stamping, the other stuff is drying. So let's just use this one. Another foam stamp. And I get my foam stamps from PM Artist Studio. Let's go this one back here. Like that. The foam stamps work really good. I should zoom in. You see that? Let's do another dragonfly over here. And then maybe like that. And then I'm thinking get just half of him or part of him right there. And we should do a partial back here. Okay. So we've got that, and then I'm thinking probably better do a little over here. So let's get some script on the back, and we'll go over it with this guy. Let's see. How about right there? Yeah. And maybe more black. Maybe sideways like this. Dragonfly. Oh my gosh, I had lost his name. Dragonfly. Okay. let's come back over here to our first stamp, Artist Journal. Let's just see if it stays. It does. Okay, so permanent black ink, give it a few minutes to dry, and it works on gesso. Yay. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of excited. I think what we'll do, we'll go ahead and stop here, and we'll come back tomorrow. I'd like to try oxide ink, oxide spray, a little water, see if we get that effect from the oxide inks and sprays. And then I'd like to see if we can actually use, what do you call that where, words are not happening. Embossing, that's it, with maybe some different colors. And I'm not sure what colors yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'd like to see, you know, on this homemade gesso, what things work and what things don't. So it's kind of an experiment time today and tomorrow. So I will see you back here tomorrow, and we'll do some more work on this. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye.